Hi guys, how are you? Hope you are doing good. Welcome back to the channel Agriculture Makes Strong. Today let us discuss about the inflation, what is meant by inflation and what are the causes, types, measurements and effects of the inflation going on the economic issues, and we will be discussing the most important topic. And if you like this channel, please like, share and subscribe to this channel Agriculture Makes Strong. Here I am going to talk about inflation. Here inflation means, like, you can see the disequalities in between the supply and the demand. Here if the prices increases, there will be a reduction in the value of the money. The value of money will decreases. This will be showing the inflation, and inflation will be profit to the creditor and not to the debtor. And if you see the definition, like, inflation is defined as sustained rise in the general level of prices, goods and services over time, and the price rise should be persistent over the period of time to be said as inflation. And this is about the inflation. Coming to the measurement of inflation, there are two types of inflation, that is wholesale price index and consumer price index. Coming to the wholesale price index, it tracks about the inflation in the market level, and consumer price index will be tracking inflation at retail level. And coming to the wholesale price index, it changes the goods that are traded in wholesale market. And here you can see that the weekly measures of wholesale price movement of the economy, and it includes only the prices of goods and does not include the items pertaining to the services. And coming to the items which are included in the wholesale price index, there are 697 items in the index, and these items are further divided into three categories, that is like primary articles, fuel and power, manufactured goods. Coming to the primary articles, it includes like food items, non-food items and minerals, and remaining of 117 items for the primary articles. Coming to the fuel and power, here it includes the light and lubricants, electricity and coal mining and mineral oil. There are 16 items for the fuel and power in the category of fuel and power. And coming to the category of manufactured goods, it includes like items, products, food products, beverages, tobacco products, wood and products, and textile papers and paper products. These are the basic items which are included in these categories, three categories. And coming to the next, how the inflation has been incurred, and there are two basic sides, like demand side and cost side. Based on this, they are classified into two causes, like demand pull inflation and cost push inflation. And coming to the demand pull inflation, here the demand increases, and the in where the demand and supply are mismatched, and demand increases at the same level, the price also increases, and leading to the demand leading to the inflation. So here uh, the demand increases, the cost increases, and leading to the inflation level. And coming to the cost pushed inflation, here you can see that there is a factor, like cost increases, the demand also increases, because this cost push inflation will increase due to the reduction in the import reducing the import products. And here you can observe that the increase in the factor cost, like wages, rents and raw materials, lead to the increase in the cost production, causing to the inflation. These are two demand and the cost side are the two causes for the inflation purpose. Now I want to discuss about the types of inflation. There are types, like if the inflation rate increases, and what is the how the level increases, and these types are also included in the economic level for the showing how the price level and demand supply will increases the inflation also. You can see here, like creeping inflation, where there is a less mild rate of increase in the price, and so there will be a low inflation. And coming to the moderate inflation, where the price level increases slowly and steadily, it also will lead to the inflation, but in the moderate level. And moderate level will be good for the condition, like for developing economic growth. And for the galloping inflation, here you can see that the price rate of the products or anything, like basic things will be increasing, and the inflation will also increase. This is not much experienced by the type of inflation in the some of the countries, in developing countries. And coming to the hyperinflation, here hyperinflation is showing that hyper means very high, and very high, if we experiences very high prices and accelerating the inflation in very high condition and in short time. So this is not suitable for any developing country. For the hyperinflation is not suitable. And if it goes the hyperinflation, there will be a loss confidence in domestic currency, or any currency economic level will be decreasing. And coming here, you can see that the effects of inflation, what the inflation has been affecting in the country, like it affects in the production, how the inflation increases the price of the capital goods. And also here we have the debitor and the creditor. Here the creditor having the some money and giving to the debitor. Here debitor is gaining money, and he is having the inflation. Due to inflation, the money has been increased in the debitor, and he is the ultimate gainer during the inflation. If the inflation increases, the debitor gains and the creditor loss as compared to the debitor. And coming to the entrepreneurship, here in the inflation effects also shown on the entrepreneurship, and gain the account in the profit rises, because price rises at the faster rate as compared to the cost of production. And it also felt on the effect on investors. And coming to the effects, it affects on the farmer, like in the period of inflation, the price of the farm products goes up faster than cost, so there is a profit to the farmer. And the farmer are generally debtors in India, they have to pay less in real terms. If they take the loan of 1 lakh, and in the due to inflation the products has been growing so faster than the cost, so he will get profited, and he will returning the loan to the same amount. And coming to the effect on the middle class or a salaried person, it also affects in the inflation also affects, because the products, rents, wages all increases due to inflation. And coming to the effect on government, here the government has to spend more on goods and services for carrying their projects and schemes. And they may lead to the increase in the deficits on taxes raised. The taxes are normally raised, and if the goods are increased, there will be if the inflation increases, the goods cost more for their projects and schemes they should buy, and they will be losing the money.